first things first. I forgot how to stream. Not gonna lie, it was kind of nice, but I forgot how to stream. I'm so quiet. Okay, how about now? How about now? To be fair, I'm also kind of away from the mic, but also, yes, I do see that the audio is lower than usual. And I don't exactly know why that's the case. I didn't touch anything. Didn't touch anything on the OBS. Let me see. I'm adjusting some things, but I'm hoping it's not too loud. Maybe we increase the gain a little bit. I don't really like doing that. Happy Girls Frontline 2 anniversary. I see. Hello. Hi. This was actually what I wanted to do at the start, but I didn't do that. Hello. Flair says hi. Rescued Flair from the crane game somehow. Now that I think about it, I forgot which crane game I rescued her from, but I rescued her from one of the crane games. And I was pleasantly surprised. Nene was also there too, but I don't think I could have gotten her. But hello. Anyway, she's showing up and then she's gone again because I need that hand. Let's see. How's it going, guys? By the way, it has been a while, and I don't know if anything in particular happened while I was gone, and I don't know how many people saw the one stream I did do while I was in Japan, but yeah. Okay, let me put myself up there. Need to put myself up here. And I'm not showing up. Why am I not showing up? The usual. I feel like that's normal. That's definitely normal because I feel like a whole lot of things don't really happen in 2 months normally. In general, things don't happen. Like, there's not anything drastic usually that happens in 2 months, usually. But the whole 2 months I was gone was basically... How do I say it? Ah, crap, I need to blow this mic down. There we go, calm down. Calm down. We're not at the desk, we're going to be on this table right here. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of unreal being gone for 2 months, but at the same time, it's like, oh yeah, hey. Yeah, the mixer's saying I'm pretty low, even with everything else I've done, but it might also just be... It might also just be my overall volume is lower than usual because, you know, and for the most part, people in Japan are pretty quiet, unless you're down in Kyushu, which they can get pretty loud down there. They can get pretty loud down there. It's kind of nice. Tokyo people are definitely a lot different than the rest of the Japan. Kyoto people, I did not go to Kyoto. Definitely a lot different compared to the rest of Japan. Osaka, did I really interact with anyone in Osaka? I don't think I interacted Osaka. But yeah, that's as you can see here though, I didn't go to just Japan. I also went to the Philippines. Philippines was like for a couple of weeks, visited family and stuff, and then went to Japan for the rest of the time. But didn't get a whole lot of stuff in the Philippines because I know it was gonna be in the luggage for like the longest time, so I just got this one thing and a couple of t-shirts which are in the closet. I don't think I showed. Did I put the post on the channel? I may have put the post on the channel. I think I did. But yeah, I haven't had these in forever. If you haven't seen these before, Philippine mangoes are a huge thing. And they also come in balls. They come in balls, but also there's a couple of flavors here I haven't really seen before. The guava flavor, and then there's a cocoa mango. Curious about that one. Pineapple mango, I had that before. Tamarind mango, I may have seen that. Coconut mango, banana passion fruit. Okay, we mixed 3 things here. And green mango. Might as well. Where's my... I could just like hack into this, but I don't want to do that. Any questions? Feel free to ask me anything you're like dying to know about from the trip, anything more expensive these days. How was your Japanese compared to other trips? My Japanese compared to other trips, probably a little bit better than it used to be. I still got Jozu'd a lot at the beginning of the trip, but yeah, understandable. I think I didn't really count, but I must have gotten Jozu'd at least 4 to 5 times, which is 4 to 5 times more than any trip. Usually I get Jozu'd like once in one trip, and then there's that. Hotels have been ridiculously expensive compared to even a couple of years ago, because with all the tourists coming in. And if you've seen enough YouTube videos, then you probably have seen also that even the locals are complaining about the hotel prices. Like, really? I don't blame them though, as far as raising the prices and complaining, and then the locals complaining about it. And for some reason, the yen just keeps on going up and up and up. And by up and up and up means getting worse for them, but also better for everyone else, but also it just makes everything so much cheaper food-wise. Food-wise, everything's still cheaper. I think that's usually not usually. That's been mostly the case post-COVID. Pre-COVID, I think when the yen was closer to 100 per, I think maybe about 118, 130 at worst. Let's say 118 yen per dollar. That, I mean, it would be roughly more expensive in Japan at that time. But ramen would still be cheaper because I don't think it went more than 1,000 yen. Now ramen, I'm seeing, depending on the place and depending on what kind of ramen it is, ramen has gotten has reached 1,500 yen for one bowl, which is ridiculous even by Japanese standards. Because usually when you get ramen, it's like 1,000 yen, maybe 1,200, and then that's for a basic bowl, right? But if you get more stuff on it, or if it's some sort of specialty ramen, then it can get expensive. But for Japanese, when they see those prices, like, what the heck? Oh yeah, I forgot to say hi to everyone. Sorry, I told you guys. It's been a while since I've streamed, so I forget how streaming works. Anyway, hi GNG, welcome. You seem to have. I see people have like extra letters and numbers at the end of their names now for some reason. What's that about? Tactician Chance, welcome. Also Mars, welcome. How's it going? Anyway, balls. Let's see. Mango banana passion fruit balls. Don't think I've had that one. Dried guava. What else do we have? Dried mango. I'm not gonna try the dried mango because this is more or less the same as the usual Philippine dried mango. If you've ever seen those, if you haven't, go to your Asian store, find them. These are not the ball versions. I don't think you can get the ball versions in your local Asian store, but you can get the regular mango version, sliced mango, and that's pretty good. Cocoa Choco balls. I don't think I've had. Maybe I've had that. Dried green mango balls. What else? Pineapple mango balls. What else was there? Oh yeah, there's just a plain coconut. Where's the plain coconut? I didn't know they made coconut. This is supposed to be Philippines' best. No, Philippine brand. It's just this Philippine brand. But they're known for the mangoes. Philippines is known for the mangoes. Where's the coconut? Just the plain coconut. Here's the coconut. Dried coconut balls. Okay. How many balls is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, I put already. 5, 6. Okay, that's 6. Let me just check the Q&A really quick. Because I can't like have a split screen for the Q&A and stuff. Okay, no other new Q&As. My Japanese could be better. I'll be perfectly honest. Whenever I spoke in Japanese, it was very broken. And I stuttered a lot, panicked a lot. Like, oh crap, how do I respond? How do I respond in Japanese with this? Thankfully, there's a decent amount of people that I met that could also respond in broken English. But I didn't want to rely on that. And at times, I got away with like passing off as a Japanese person because I would have like a hat. I got a new hat, by the way. Hold up. I don't think I showed it to anyone. Let me show you my new hat. I got this hat in Osaka for like about 2,000 yen, 2,500 yen, which is for this type of hat fairly cheap. Because normally, if you get anything fashion-wise, it's expensive. I've seen a similar hat like this, sell for 8,000 yen in boutique stores and other places. But in Osaka, around Shinsekai, there's a hat shop, specifically a hat shop, and they sell pretty reasonable priced hats over there. And this is 2,500 yen. You cannot wash this. I don't know if hats are washable to begin with, but you cannot wash this. But there's ways to clean it if I had to. Doesn't smell too stinky right now, but I sweated a lot in Japan and my clothes got super stinky. And I had another hat before this that got too stinky, and I tried to washing it and it just broke down, so I had to toss it away. So, but this has been my friend since Osaka, and yeah, this basically kind of obscured my face a little bit, and I kind of dressed like, you know, like a Japanese person. And when I say like dress like a Japanese person, I meant like, if you look at a regular person in Japan, you can tell who the tourists are. You can probably tell who the Chinese and Koreans are before they speak. because of how they dress. And then you can also tell who the Japanese people are because they have a certain style. The Chinese and Korean people, they tend to dress very fashionably. Not that the Japanese aren't fashionable, but if you've seen, like, you know, the celebrity like K-pop people, they have like they have a way. It's like there's a lot of frilly stuff and like frilly fuzzy stuff on their clothes that makes them look like, oh hey, I'm like a TikTok person. That's kind of what I feel. And so you can kind of tell, and then if they speak and Japanese comes out very fluently, then okay, maybe there's some Japanese like that, but most of the Japanese people dress fairly cleanly, but not like super fashionable. The Lolita girls are there still. Okay, Lolita girls are still there, but not like K-pop fashion or anything like that. That's more of a Chinese Korean thing somehow, and you can kind of tell just by looking at them. Anyway, you actually do want the hat. The hat, I've been, for the longest time, I didn't really like this style of hat, but I needed something to replace the hat I was wearing because it did not breathe. This breathes a little bit. Because this has a hole, but my other hat did not have a hole. And there's a gap over here in the front that lets a little bit of air in, so it doesn't get too sweaty. But the band here gets pretty sweaty after a while, especially if you're out and about. And thankfully, Japan has a love for the air fresheners that I think we call that Febreze in the States. But there's like an air freshener thing that you can spray on the cloth, and it removes the smell. Doesn't clean it. The sweat's still there, but you can air the sweat out, and the air freshener thingy will take care of the rest. And if you need to do proper cleaning, then you gotta do that later. Hey Panzer, welcome. People are changing their names. Panzer Burger Waffle Maker. What the heck? Wasn't it just Panzerfaust before? I don't know. Anyway. But yeah. I forgot what train of thought I was. Keep in mind, I'm still kind of jet lagged. And around this time yesterday, I was already sleeping and woke up at midnight for a total of about 6 hours of sleep. And what else? I have been awake since midnight today. Slept for about 2 hours before the stream. Somehow woke up in time. And now we're here. But yeah. Let me see. I wish there was a way to scroll through the chat so that's like, hey, you got messages or you don't have messages. Members only live stream. Schedule your live stream and switch to members only. Okay, well, we're not doing that today. We're not doing that today. How do I go back? Close. Alright. Okay, let's try this first. Oh, the camera's not... Hold up, let me make sure I can move you. There we go. Swivel over here. What do we have? Mango pineapple. I've had this before. Let me see. Let me try this. I taste mostly pineapple. Not bad. Don't taste the mango though. It's mostly pineapple. Guava, we'll save that for later because I want to make sure I taste that. Let's do cocoa mango ball. So there's coconut, mango, and oh wait, not choco. I must have misread that. I thought this was chocolate mango, which they do in the Philippines. They do in the Philippines. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. I took pictures both in the Philippines and Japan. Not sure if you guys saw the post. Not sure if you guys saw the post that I made of how many pictures total I took. It was a lot. It was a lot. Cocoa implies chocolate, I wish. I'm not a chocolate fan, by the way. But where is... I saw a thing for mangoes. I took a lot of pictures. That's not the way I wanted. Those are chips. Where did I get the... Oh, that must have been Cebu. I was sorting pictures out earlier today, but I didn't like make it too granular. Just enough to where I can tell where things are. Alright, let me get this out. Might be able to show this. Let's see, how do I show picture? So we need to make the mic a little bit more sensitive. There we go. Picture this. Let me just make sure really quick. Couple of store workers in the pictures, but that's okay. Let's see this one. Yes. Here we go. Nope. How do I do this? Yes. Hopefully that's visible enough. It is taking more than half the screen. But we got many different kinds of brands of dried mangoes in the Philippines. We have also dried mangoes, 7D dried mangoes, mango tamarind, which I think is one of these two. Oh crap, I didn't grab it. I'll grab it. More dried mangoes. Cebu's best dried mangoes. Fruit Tree dried mango. I haven't heard of that brand before. For some reason, there's Japanese on it. Why is there Japanese on the dried mango pouch? Interesting. Mango pineapple. More dried mangoes. R&M, another classic brand. I don't think I've had that before though. Mango chews. How is that different from dried mangoes? We got dried mangoes, regular. We got mango chew. And I think that's about it here. Oh, we got also another mango tamarind. I see. Tourists. I don't know if there's that many tourists in... No, Cebu does get a lot of tourists. Usually Korean though. I don't think I noticed any Japanese people. Or Chinese, actually. Mostly Korean. But even then, I hardly noticed them. The ones I noticed obviously are the Australians because they're there. Thanks for the tip. Thank you. Have to work? Alright, see you later, Ginger. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for the tip. Guadalupe mangoes. I don't think I've seen that. There's a lot of brands I haven't seen before. Fresco, Cebu brand dried mangoes, and there is Chinese and Japanese and Korean. Okay, yeah, it's probably for the tourists. That's actually probably for the tourists. And we also have chocolate mangoes. I've tried chocolate mangoes before, not a fan. I don't know, I feel like the chocolate doesn't really mesh well with mangoes, but that's a me thing. But then again, you have the fancy boxes. The fancy design boxes, choco manga. Dried Philippine mangoes. Dried Philippine mangoes. Mangeseche. What's mangeseche? What language is that? Squid flakes. That's not mango. That is not mango. Sesame coconut cookies. Mango oatmeal cookies. I didn't see that before. That's definitely new. What else we have? Dried papaya. Dried pineapple. Mango rolls. Isn't that just the balls? Pretty sure that's just balls. Like the ones I'm eating right now. Okay, well those are the mangoes. Let me see. Mango review. I don't think I saw the was there a mango tamarind in here? Let's see. There is a mango tamarind. Okay, fine. I need to look for the mango tamarind, which I'm assuming is this. Mango tamarind. Alright, let's try this one next. If you haven't seen what the actual balls look like, the color will be usually yellow from the mango, but then if you add tamarind in here, like this one, it becomes brown because tamarind color is very, very strong. So it's very mild. I taste the mango, but the tamarind has a very mild flavor. If you haven't seen a tamarind before, or had tamarind before, it's like a little bit sweet, a little bit sour. But we also use it in soups in the Philippines. And I think they also use it in Thailand for pad thai and stuff. But it was like very mellow. Very smooth, very mellow. Interesting. I don't know if I taste the tamarind itself. It's just kind of complemented the mango, and not bad. Not bad. Okay. Let's see. Dried guava. Don't think I actually know what guava tastes like. I'm not a guava eater. We have something that looks brownish again, but I think has a bit of a red-ish tint here compared to what we had before. Oh! Some flavor. Don't know how to describe this, other than it tastes like guava. That's really good. That's really. I don't know how to describe guava to anyone. You need to find the actual fruit to be able to get a grip on it. The texture is different though. The texture is not smooth. Let's just say not smooth. But I don't know how to describe it past that. Alright, let's do coconut. Coconut? I mean, it's just coconut. Yep, that's a coconut ball. That's a coconut ball. Probably a little bit better than the dried shaved coconuts you would probably see in the baking aisle. See, does this have any give whatsoever? It has a little bit of give, but it cracks in any case. It's not bad. Definitely a lot more moist than the coconut shavings, but if you're allergic to coconuts, probably not a good thing. Or if you don't like coconuts, maybe not a good thing. But it's definitely sugared, so it's sweet. Not my favorite, but it's not bad either. See how different the cocoa mango balls are. Let's try that. Cocoa mango. It looks like a caramel. This is what it looks like when you mix mango and coconut together. It looks like caramel. If we try to open this, you can see not a single trace of coconut anywhere. probably in the fibers, but that's really about it. Texture, coconut. It was in there. Flavor, primarily mango. But there's a little bit of coconut mixed in it, flavor-wise. As it should. Because it is cocoa mango. But it's not like overwhelmingly coconut, so maybe alright. And some water. Dried mango, banana passion fruit. Banana passion fruit. I had a couple of passion fruits during the trip. Oh, this is sticky. That looks very sticky. Probably because of the banana. Oh yeah. The banana is there. It's not like a regular Cavendish banana. This is probably like closer to a Saba banana or something. It's a thicker banana, starchier banana. And you can only mash it enough to be able to put it in a ball. I think the flavor is predominantly banana though. Predominantly banana. Passion fruit accent. And the mango kind of died in the middle. It's basically a banana ball. What's the difference between a banana and a plantation? Bananas are grown in plantations. Or are you talking about plantain? There's different kinds of bananas. I'm not sure if you're aware that plantains and the bananas you find in the grocery store, they're basically related, but they're two different kinds of bananas. The plantain is a harder banana. You cannot eat it right away. You have to peel it and cook it. You can either cook it by boiling, or you can cook it by grilling or barbecuing, those sort of things, but you have to cook that banana. Otherwise, it is way too hard. That's all there is to it. The Cavendish banana that you see in the grocery stores that gets exported throughout the entire world, those are the bananas that are basically very clean, very what do you call this? Very one note in flavor. They have a particular taste, they have a particular look. But let me show you. I mean, you can easily Google this, but let me just show you. I'm not familiar about those bananas. There's a lot of bananas. If you just do a quick Google search, there's at least 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 different bananas, but that's not exhaustive. That's not exhaustive. Let me show Philippines. Okay. Let's show the Philippine bananas really quick. I'm gonna steal this from Facebook. If I can freaking save it. Still quiet compared to the music. The music's supposed to be very low, but I'm also speaking very low for some reason. I don't know why. It could be. No, I think I'm just low in general. It could also be a thing with OBS where I just updated recently and maybe things aren't quite as loud as it used to be. That's also another thing. Yeah, definitely after 2 months, 3 months of being out, I am. So it's what do you call this? I'm not talking as loud as I used to. That's for sure. I guess if I have to bump the gain up on this, is this gonna help at all? Okay, I'm bumping the gain up a lot. Hopefully that's not gonna blow out anyone's ears. How about now? Is that a lot better? Loud and clear. Okay. Let me also just make sure there's not any issues with the PC settings, because that could also be a thing. Let me see. Listen, levels. I guess the mic is not super high. Let me see. Alright, hold up. If I put it this high, it might be a little bit too loud. But... oh no, wait, that's the wrong mic. Nope. Go back down. Let me just make sure the mic is using the correct mic. Okay, it is using the right mic. Test. Oh, you know what's probably happening? It's not using the right mic. Okay, test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. This is why we do a mic test. It's probably getting the mic sound from the camera. Okay, just really quick. Are we audible? Thing says we're audible, but I don't know if it's using the right source. Is the problem. Audio. Very audible. Okay. Let me just put this up on the screen really quick and then we'll move along. I did not realize how long we could yap about one thing. I forgot how things went with streaming. Let me put this up here. Here we go, really quick. Straight from Google. The bananas you're probably familiar with. The Cavendish is that... I wish I can like... I wish you can see the... oh wait, there's a way to do this. There's a way to do this. There we go. So the Cavendish, the one that you're familiar with, is this one over here on the second row. That's the one that everyone knows. That's the one that gets exported throughout the entire world. And they think this is the only banana. No. All these other ones are also other bananas that get eaten in the Philippines and maybe even the rest of Southeast Asia. And they are all very different from each other. I think the favorite of most people is the Saba banana. They're basically a shorter banana than most other bananas, but they're also very sweet. They're also very starchy. So that's one of the favorites. I'm not familiar with the other ones, but yeah, the Cavendish is what most people are aware of. They're not the best bananas. If I have to say, they're the least flavorful bananas, but they are probably the prettiest looking bananas, and that's probably why they are the ones that get exported, because you know that's what people want. But no, the Saba banana is probably like one of the better bananas. The others I'm not familiar with, so yeah. Most of them just get eaten raw. I don't know if there's a equivalent to the plantain. Maybe the tindok. The tindok looks like it could be a equivalent to the plantain, but the thing is, even the saba banana can also be fried. So yeah, you can also cook with the saba banana, but that's mainly fried, if anything. But yeah, there's a lot of bananas. Anyway, back to this. Last one, green mango. Green mango balls. Not a fan of green mangoes. Before a mango becomes yellow, ripe, they're green. But there are people who like the green mangoes because they're crispy and sour. So that is a thing. Color-wise, I don't think it has the color of a typical mango. But then again, when you get a green mango, it's the outside that's green. The inside, I think, is more white-ish, and then slowly it turns yellow once it ripens up. This one's a little bit more sour compared to the regular mango balls. But then again, there's a lot of sugar added onto this, so it's a little hard to taste the sourness. But it's a little bit more tart. Not bad. Anyway, balls. I don't think I'm gonna try this one. I just got this at a random grocery store in Japan. And sponge cake mochi and pudding mochi. Maybe I will try it, because I haven't seen it before. But this is like a really cheapo brand of mochi, it seems. I mean, look at them. Top value. That is not something you would find at a souvenir shop. That is something you would find in a grocery store. And if you want to get pretty good but if you want to get good souvenirs, I mean, the souvenir shops are good also, but I recommend going to a grocery store, just any grocery store, and see what they have. At least you're gonna get the stuff that people will get like every single day, not just when they want to give a present to someone. Because the souvenir snacks, the souvenir dessert stuff are usually a lot more expensive than the stuff you find in the grocery store, rightfully so. But I haven't had these before, so it's gonna be interesting. Which one is this one? Strawberry sponge cake. It's just basically mochi. And if we open this up, I don't see cake, but I do see a filling. That's probably where the strawberry is. It's just a cream. It's a cream with a little bit of strawberries. I don't know if it's even real strawberries. Probably not. I can't read this. That's too much. That's too much to read. I will say though, there are some places in Japan, a lot of places actually, where the food is quite mid, and sometimes feels a little bit overpriced. So, but just do a little Google review, and you are probably gonna avoid most of it. Google, don't just drop into a random store. You could. I've done that a couple of times, but I also made sure that the people inside, the staff and stuff weren't like rude and stuff. Though you could just go in randomly and hopefully it works out. But for the most part, I do appreciate that a lot of times the place I went to quite friendly. Quite friendly, even though it's obvious that I'm not like the foreigner they expected. But they were still like, no, you cannot come in here. There are a few places like that. I did see one place in Kabukicho in particular. Kabukicho in Shibuya, where all the shady stuff happens. I was going to a place that served pho. Vietnamese food, I know. In Japan, the thing is, once you're in Japan, if you live in Japan or travel in Japan for any extended amount of time, you get tired of Japanese food because it's usually all the same thing. It's like nanban chicken, karage, tonkatsu, ramen. Occasionally, if you want to go the cheap route, you go to Sutuya or Yoshinoya for the gyudon, or some other place for the oyakodon, and then there's curry. And then if you really wanted the hamburg stuff, there's also that. But it's all like more or less the same thing over and over again, and you kind of get sick of it. So every once in a while I try to do something different. I go to like an Indian place, and then Vietnamese places, and a couple of times, one time I did go to a Filipino store. But other than that, just eating Japanese food, like only Japanese food for 2 months can get a little bit, it can get a little bit tiring. Yeah, I mean, it's just also, you probably feel the same way if in any place that you live in. You don't eat the same thing like you don't eat the staple. Well, maybe you do eat the staple foods. Maybe you eat the staple foods, but I don't know. I get tired of Japanese food after a while, especially because there's not a whole lot of variety. Honestly, at the end of the day, there's not a whole lot of variety, and it's I like stronger flavors. Japan does not have that strong of a flavor most of the time. And eating ramen every day or every other day is not good for you. I think the most ramen I ate was during Kagoshima. And that was maybe a total of 4 or 5 bowls of ramen during the 1 week. I didn't feel too terrible afterwards, but it definitely made me not want to eat more ramen after. Also, you don't want to, you do not want to do that to yourself. Do not do that to yourself. So, what's this one? Is this the pudding? The pudding mochi? At least they made sure to differentiate the outside color. I think the strawberry one was white. This one's a little bit yellowish. Though I don't know if you can tell on camera because it might be washed out a little bit. Got the pudding color. Got the pudding color over here. Does it taste like pudding though? It tastes like really thick custard, but I don't know if it's actually custard or something else. Maybe like a gelatin or something. Hold up. Color seems off. Could absolutely eat the same thing every day. Probably couldn't do burgers or pizza in Japan. Burgers and pizza in Japan. I had 1 burger in Japan and 1 pizza in Japan. The 1 burger I had in Japan was in Yokosuka, which is near Yokohama. And the only reason why they have even halfway decent burgers was because it was in I think there's like American bases there, and so Americans came, taught them how to make burgers and stuff like that, and they can do halfway decent burgers. The bun though wasn't that great. Let me show you the one burger I did have. I don't know if I showed it. I may have posted it on Twitter, but not everyone checks Twitter, so let's see, where is that burger? I have so many pictures, the computer takes a while to load. Okay. Did I use the camera or did I use the phone? I try to separate my pictures by phone or camera, just because it makes it a little bit easier for me to sort through. It must have been the phone. Okay, let me try that. Where is it? This one? Burger? Oh, here it is. Here it is. The pudding mochi is okay. I think I like it a little bit better than the strawberry mochi, but not by much. Okay, burger. So this is the Sasebo Navy burger that you can get in not Sasebo, the Yokosuka Navy burger. Let me see if I can find the menu. Menu was here. Here we go. What's the place called? Okay, the name of the place is not that. The name of the place I think is like Honey or something. Honeybee. I think it's like supposed to be the Honeybee Diner or something. But Yokosuka, next to Yokohama, known for the naval bases. And I guess Americans also are over there, but this is their menu. The regular Navy burger, cheese Navy burger, honeybee Navy burger. The only reason why this is 10 cents more expensive than the cheese Navy burger is because they give you the honey and a pickle, a gigantic pickle. Also, all of them have gigantic wads of lettuce, way too much lettuce for my taste, to be honest. But the burger itself was fine, the patty itself was fine, but the bun was a little bit, I mean, by the time they do toast the bun, but by the time you get it, it's not warm, so it kind of loses that part of the burger. The bun needs to at least be somewhat warm, but it wasn't. They're also known for their curry. I didn't go for the curry though. But this burger is expensive in Japan standards. Might also be expensive by American standards. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't had a burger here in a very long time. I think I can get a burger for like $10 or under. But this is like easily close to $15 just for the burger. And that's way too much for me. It was alright though. As a burger, it was alright. Why does it not change? What does it not change? Okay, for some reason it does not want to show up on here. Why? Why do you not want to show up? We did this a little bit earlier. Why do you not want to show up? Okay, let's try this again. No, there. Okay, here's the burger itself. You can kind of tell the top bun is a little bit crinkly. Overall, though, the bread for the top and bottom is pretty nice and fluffy, but I would have loved it to be warm and more toasted. Here is the lettuce. It's one gigantic wad of lettuce. I think in the US in general, we do not fold our lettuce this way on a burger. It does have some ketchup, I think, at the bottom, but that's a half pound of burger, and the burger itself. They do give you one pack. They give you like one packet of mustard and one packet of ketchup. Much more than any other place in Japan, because they don't do they don't do condiments for most stuff outside of soy sauce and tonkatsu sauce. Like if you get fries in Japan, you're not getting ketchup with that. I don't know if you can get ketchup if you ask for it, but they don't give you ketchup for that, and there's not like a ketchup pump so you can get ketchup yourself. That doesn't exist. I think you have to ask for it, and you don't get a whole lot, so you probably might have to ask for several, and they're probably going to charge you like 10 yen or so for each one because they do that. But yeah, it's an okay burger. It was a pretty gigantic burger. Look at my hand there. Look at my hand. It's like gigantic. It was an okay burger. There was one other place I wanted to try a burger in Japan, but I couldn't do it. There was this one place I found in where was it? Okayama. Okayama, right outside the station. I say right outside, but maybe it's probably like a 5-10 minute walk. There's this strip of bars and restaurants, and I ran into this one shop. I do have a picture of the shop. Do have the picture. Okayama. It's an Okinawan shop, but I went there initially to get ube ice cream because I have never seen ube in any form at all in Japan. But apparently, the ice cream brand that they have in that Okinawan shop is a Okinawan brand, and the Okinawan brand is, I guess, also an American brand, and somehow they also have ube ice cream. So it's like, oh, neat. And I can't find the picture through the phone stuff. Maybe did I use the phone? Ramen, Pokemon bath bombs, Mr. Donut. Was it Okayama? I had a ramen. I remember I had a ramen, and right afterwards I got ice cream, but I cannot seem to find the ice cream. Where was the ice cream? So that was Takayama, where I got the Mr. Donut. Gotta show the Mr. Donut. Let me just make sure. Where's the refresh button? The refresh button does not want to show up. There we go. I did get a Mr. Donut in Takamatsu, which was one of my side trips from Okayama. And the Pondering with chocolate was pretty darn good. I've been seeing a lot of churros also in Japan this trip for some reason. And the churros are not your typical churros, the greasy... Are churros normally greasy? I don't know. But normally, whenever I have churros in the US, and it's not often, they're usually like long, straight, kind of hard, kind of tough to eat sometimes. But this is like chewy, and it's made of rice, and it's not bad. It's just not what I expected. But it's pretty good, so I can't complain. Cannot complain at all about that. Okay, it wasn't in the... Did I use the actual camera to take a picture of the place? Pretty sure I shouldn't have done that. Okay, let me see if I can find the... Where is it? It is. I should have sorted this out sooner, but it's like I don't know what I'm gonna be talking about. So it's just gonna like, okay, we just hunt for it afterwards. Maybe I did. I'm pretty sure I took a picture of it, but for some reason I can't find it. Why can't I find it? Let me try one more time. Unless the picture was misplaced. Shouldn't have been. Maybe I don't have the date right. That could be the thing. I'm trying to figure out, when did I go there? How early did I go there? Curry. There's some pretty decent curries in Japan. I'm not talking about Japanese curry. I'm talking like actual... no, not that one. Actual Indian curry. Here we go. That's some pretty decent curries. I think I only went to like 2 curry places. This one was in Okayama. The one in Okayama wasn't as good as the first one I went to, but it was still pretty. It was still pretty good. Still pretty good. But where was it? Was it Okayama? I'm pretty sure it was Okayama. What was this one? That's the Mabu Tofu. Yeah, we got the Mabu Tofu right there. What was this one? Oh yeah, they also have this. Pokemon bath bombs. Like you probably have heard that baths are a huge thing in Japan, yes. But they also have Pokemon bath bombs where once you put it in the bath, it turns into a Pokemon. It's kind of neat. So the Pokeball itself dissolves, and then the inside toy, I guess, gets revealed. Jeez, where the heck was it? Maybe I'm pretty sure I took a picture of it because I was so surprised. Oh, here it is. I knew it was after the ramen place. So I had this really fancy ramen in Okayama. It looks fancy. It's not very expensive at all, actually. It's like chicken with all this stuff. It's very light, but very flavorful. Pretty good noodles. They also did like some Korean level fried chicken over there. Very tender. This place in Okayama. How much was that ramen? Oh yeah, that wasn't expensive at all. Very, very, very cheap, very reasonable. I'm like, really? Are you okay with this? But here is the Okinawan ice cream, Blue Seal. Supposedly that's an American brand. I'm not sure where in America though. Maybe in Hawaii, because I don't think I've seen that brand at all. But it is in Okinawa, and it's an American brand, and they have very American flavors. So San Francisco mint choco, Okinawa pineapple coconut, blue wave, whatever the heck blue wave is, almond pistachio Neapolitan, ube. This is what got me in there because I wasn't sure if it was a real thing or not, but apparently it was. And inside looks pretty wild. They mainly serve burgers and curry, but since I already ate ramen, I didn't feel like getting any actual food at the time. But look at this, they have an actual bottle of Heinz. That is not a thing at all in any of the burger shops I've been to. Actual bottle of Heinz ketchup and mustard. And the place looks pretty good. It's pretty wild. It's got a rocker feel to it. Pretty intimidating if you've gone to any place else in Japan, but if it's a nice vibe though. It's a nice vibe. Rocco's Burger, but at what time I wanted to go there again to actually try the burger, they were closed, and I didn't have a chance after that. So I was kind of sad. It's kind of sad about that. Let's see. Anyway, pudding mochi was pretty good. Strawberry mochi, it's all right. It's all right. Before we actually get to the stuff that I put on the thumbnail, do want to try a couple more snacks here. Especially this one. This is so Kumamon. You probably have seen this black soulless-eyed bear before. Not my favorite mascot character. My favorite mascot character in Japan, though, would have to be the Mikan, the orange-pilled bear from Ehime Prefecture. Let me see if I can find the charm I used. It's here. This one's my favorite mascot in Japan. This guy. See how it looks like an orange? And his name is Mikan, just like the orange itself, the Mandarin orange. But it's basically a bear that looks like an orange, and apparently there's a whole bear family that looks like oranges too. But this was there's the better mascot, not Kumamon. I'm gonna fight Kumamon. I'm gonna fight Kumamon and say Mikan's the better one. Except Kumamon's more well known because literally all you have to do is pay some royalty fee to use Kumamon, and what do you call this? You can use him. It doesn't, and then that also promotes Kumamoto. But this is the better one, even though it's not as well known as the cuter one for sure. The tablet candy in the last post caught me off guard. Oh yeah, we're gonna try that tablet candy because I haven't tried it yet. Supposedly it's ramen flavored. Though I don't know where they saw that because I don't think I read it on the box. But I'm gonna try this first so we can see how spicy this actually is, and then try the umbrella tablet candy. I got this on the Namco store. But the Namco store also has other things besides this. Let me find the picture. Let me find the picture because that was pretty interesting. Where are you, Namco store? That's pretty good. There's Doro. If you haven't seen Doro, here's Doro. Except Doro does not want to show up on screen. Why? Let me see. Capture cursor. Same type. Window mask match. It doesn't have to match. Here's Doro. So there's Doro in the picture. And here's Doro in the flesh. This thing is so weird. I can't believe Shift Up, the devs of Nikkei, actually made this real. And it's basically just a tiny little figure. a tiny little Doro figure that it's basically a paperweight, but it's a creature of a paperweight. You thought it was Mika? No. Sadly, no. This is a Nikkei thing, and the only reason why I got it was because of how widespread this is. This is pretty expensive, I guess. 1,500 yen. But if you actually got this imported, it would be much more expensive. But Doro, we got Doro here, and I don't know why I got her for the memes, I guess. But also, what's the appropriate angle for Doro? I think normally when you see Doro, this is the angle. Hold up. This is the angle that most people see Doro in pictures and stuff, but if you angle it any other way, it looks very, very weird. Very weird. The Doro's gonna go back. But yeah, let me see. Let me grab the So we are gonna try I am gonna try the umbrella tablet candy, but also, I want to also show you the other things that I did not get. Oh yeah, apparently there is a Cinderella Doro, which I did not get. 1,500 yen. It's all right for the. I mean, I get it's a solid piece of figure. But the ones I did not get, they also had yellow herb and blue herb, as well as red herb. The only thing is, red herb is the only thing that's edible. Red herb is hibiscus and rosehip and stevia tea, and it is actually red according to the picture. But oh wait, hold up, it's not showing on screen. Why do you do that? Okay, let's try this again. Anyway, yellow herbs, blue herbs, and red herbs. Here we go. Red herbs, hibiscus, rosehip, stevia, and according to the picture, it's very, very red once you actually use it. I did not get any of them, but they're not also very expensive. I think they're like less than 200 yen each, which is kind of crazy because if you try to sell that here, they'd be like $5 minimum, which would be crazy the other way. But yeah, the red herb is the only one that is edible in any way, but the blue herb and yellow herbs are like bath powders. And I did not get those. It was near the end of the trip anyway, so it's like, okay, when am I gonna get a chance to use these? The bathtub in the US is not good enough for that. I guess the next time I go to Japan, I'm gonna hit this store up really, really quick, get the yellow herb and blue herbs, and see how that's like. If you're curious about where this store is, I think it's the Magnet store in Shibuya. The department store name is literally called Magnet, and I think on the 6th floor is all the gamer weeb stuff. There's the JoJo store there. There's the Nintendo store, the Pokemon store, the Namco Bandai Namco store, the Capcom store. What else is there? I don't know exactly what store the Doro one is. It's not specifically. Oh, I think that was a Good Smile store. Doro wasn't a Good Smile store. There's also the Sega store, and I think that's really about it. Yeah, so Sega, Capcom, Namco, Pokemon, Nintendo, all the big ones, Good Smile, and for some reason, JoJo. Yeah. I think there was a Sanrio one also, but that's That's what I remember. The only thing they didn't have is green herb, because I'm assuming the green herb was already mixed into the tablet candy. But the tablet candy supposedly, according to the label, that I can't. Oh wait, the label's here. Labels here. Apparently it's made of green herb 20 milligrams, red herb another 20 milligrams, and blue herb another 20 milligrams. That's what's supposedly in here. So green, no yellow herbs though. Meta rods? What's meta rods? I don't know what meta rods is. Third game, Girls Frontline Fire Control. Yes, I'm aware of that. The thing is, it's only available in C, and I tried to download it on my phone, so I can't really do that. I think you have to like go to QApp or something to get it, but could not try it. Metabots, but they gave up in America. Oh, Metabots. Actually, I don't think I saw any Metabots. There was this other store I went to. Was it the Parco store? The Parco store, I think. They have another set of stuff at the bottom floor, but the Parco store is basically all weeb stuff. And let me show you what we found. Parco, where is Parco? Because I took a bunch of pictures there too. Where is it? I guess I should show you the pictures. We'll scroll through them. As long as this thing lets me. Okay, so we're gonna try that. There's the Doros. Sonic! In the Sega store. Got the Doro. The JoJo store, and then they got the arrow here. The arrow which I touched, and I don't think my stand powers have manifested yet, sadly. Though, would I want my stand powers to manifest if it's gonna give me trouble anyway? I'm not exactly sure. I found this sign funny. They had it in Japanese and all the other languages at the bottom, but I think it's mostly the languages at the bottom that they're basically referring to, even though the Japanese text is bigger. Do not run in store, and they Joseph. I will say though, I don't remember Jonathan looking like this. He looked very different when he was first introduced, and then suddenly in the redraws, this is what he looks like. Yeah, I don't know about that. Let me see. The other store. Not that one. Oh, I did find... This is in Village Vanguard. So Village Vanguard's basically a really funky store. Think Spencer's in the US. So they got a mix of Spencer's and Hot Topic. That's the vibe that Village Vanguard gives, and they had these stickers over there. I didn't get any of them. None of them really spoke to me. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. What else we got? What was this? Oh, Bochi! That's the reason why I took this. They got Bochi stuff. That's why. Hello. I did enjoy my trip. I want to do it again. I want to do the trip again. Go to other different places. Also maybe revisit some that I didn't quite get to explore as much, despite staying in every single place for at least 5 to 6 days, which is quite a while if you think about it. But as I was going through it, it didn't feel too long. I feel like 5 to 6 days is a good enough time to explore most areas. In some places, maybe Kumamoto, maybe Kagoshima, I felt like that amount of time was a little, it might be like a little too long, because it's once you get down to Kyushu, outside of the big cities of Nagasaki and Fukuoka, it does feel more rural. And if you're not a nature lover, or you can't drive, or you don't like exploring as much outside of the city, it might not be for you. But I did enjoy driving the couple of times I did drive in Japan, and exploring stuff outside of cities. I actually enjoy driving in Japan. I was definitely scared of it for the first couple of times because everything was backwards, lane-wise, weird rules, as well as, oh crap, if I get into an accident, I have to actually talk to the police. I do not want to talk to the police. No one wants to talk to the police. So, and get in trouble with that. So, I was quite nervous that first time. I first drove in Matsuyama. I had the car for 4 days, including the day I started renting it, and drove for 3 of those days because after the first couple of days, I was like, nope. This is too much, especially if you go through the one-lane mountain roads that go 2 ways. Yeah, not my favorite part of driving anywhere in Japan. More so in Shikoku, where it's basically all mountain. In Kumamoto, the other place I drove at, a lot more flat, easier. But it's also, they're both interesting in their own ways, because within 30 minutes you'll find twists and turns along the road. Meanwhile, if you drive in the US, within 3 hours you might not see any twists or turns because you're going to be on the highway. The highways in Japan range from free to toll, and if you don't want to take the toll, you go through the towns. And it takes a little bit longer, but it's also less expensive. Hey, Wild Dog. Hi, Multi. Welcome. How's it going? But yeah, this is the Parco store, at least part of the Parco store. I wasn't expecting to see a Rose and Maiden shop. It's a Rose and Maiden Sanrio collab, so that explains why they're there to begin with. Also went to a record... Is it a record store? It's not purely just a record store. They had records. They had they had vinyl records, they had cassettes, they had CDs, they had movies, mostly in Japanese. Some have dual language, but this is what's one of the things I found. All the, I guess the villainous, the female villains of all the Power Ranger-like Sentai stuff from 1968 to 1993. And if you know your Power Rangers, you at least know this one over here. So that's that was kind of interesting. Gamera Trilogy. This is probably dual language because all the text is in English. Used for 1330 yen, which is pretty darn cheap. It's also, I don't know how old this movie is though. Took a picture of this one because it was a really interesting cover. I don't know what that's about. I think I see some clocks. I think they're all clocks of sorts, but the numbers go crazy. 280 yen. Ado, if you're an Ado fan, I don't know any Ado, I'm sorry. They had an Ado section. Ado physical music goes for a lot. 8,800, 4,100, 63. Dang, Ado making bank. Ultraman and Kamen Rider, the old ones. Okay. This was for a friend. But you guys might also be familiar with Kitaro here. Ryza, the Atelier gacha game that's no longer available in global, but it's still available in Japan. They released some soundtracks, and I was surprised to see that, so I took a picture of that one. They had 2 of them. They had another one here. And we got Suse! I didn't realize Suse had an album, but we have a Suse album here. Still, I'm not exactly. I don't know all her songs. I'll be perfectly honest. Bebop vinyls, classy. Final Fantasy Tactics, because Tactics. This also had a vinyl. See how big the vinyl is? Nice. Very nice. If I had a vinyl player, I would be more tempted to buy these. This wasn't too bad. No, never mind. This is 4,000. That's just 4,600 yen. Also, you got to think that you're putting down your luggage, so you need to be able to protect it somehow. I'm pretty sure they're padded decently. And then we have the original soundtrack for Final Fantasy VII, not the rebirth, not the remake, the original. But this is probably a reprint, but it's still the original, and not the rebirth versions. What do we have here? Oh yeah, this particular store had a bunch of perfumes and I guess oils that you could burn, like incense oils. And this one had Slayers of all things. I don't know if you're familiar with Slayers. Slayers is ancient. It's ancient by this standard. So what was it, like from the 90s or something? And that's this 35-year anniversary. There we go. 35-year anniversary of the Slayers. And when was the last time Slayers made it into any media? I'm pretty sure the light novels for these were over a long time ago, but there's still merch being made of it. And I didn't realize they also made merch of the anti-movie theft mascots. Perfumes even. Cologne, sorry. This is again for another friend. Did not smell these. They also have the Precure stuff if you're into that. This one, Kaiji. I wasn't expecting to see Kaiji, so I had to at least sniff the oils, the diffuser oil, and that was a mistake. That was a mistake because it smelled like smoke and tobacco, and I do not know why you would want that. Absolutely do not know why. But I guess if you want to get into the gambling mood, that there's that. They also have the cologne, the Kaiji cologne, which at least smell a lot more pleasant and not like smoke and tobacco. Let's see, was there anything past this? There are other things past this. Okay. This one, I wish I could get this, but this was just a sample, and it was the only Blue Archive thing in this store that is otherwise all MiHoYo stuff. I don't know why. I don't know. Oh wait, no. Oh, they had little things here that you could get to turn in for this. Oh, so this was just a sample. So the umbrella gun was 7,000. I don't think this would have fit in the luggage anyway, so I couldn't get it. But they had Arona's umbrella gun here, and I thought that was pretty cool. Gosh, Dan, I didn't see this. I didn't see the price. I didn't see the slips of paper. Otherwise, I might have been tempted to get it. But still. Oh yeah, you probably have seen these, the wafer stuff. We will be opening some gacha today, so don't worry about it. We'll be doing some gacha. But they had Cinderella Girls gacha, and they had regular Uma Musume gacha. And then they also had actual horse gacha. Under Bandai Namco. Really? Okay. I guess it was technically the Bandai Namco store at the bottom of this place. They also had Oshinoko, Miku, more Miku. Just like baseball cards, true. You're not wrong. They also had HoloLive stuff up here. I think I saw these, but didn't think too much about them. Really? Almost 400 yen for one pack of HoloLive stuff? Meanwhile, it's almost 200 yen. Let's say 200 yen for a pack of Uma stuff. How about the actual horse? Actual horse is a little bit over 200. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. More Kitara stuff for friend. More Kitara stuff for friend, I'm sorry. Oshinoko Season 3 will be aired. I haven't seen Season 1 or 2. Had to take a picture of this one because if you've been following any Hololive stuff, you know Ao's gone now. And this is kind of like, you know, Ao's still here. At least in this case, so had to take a picture of that. Which idol master is this? Must be Gakuma's. No, this is shiny colors. Never mind. This is shiny colors. I do not know my idol master past Cinderella girls. Frame arms girls. I have a friend that likes frame arms, or maybe they just did one frame arm thing. I don't know. Frame arms parts. You can mix and match these. And then they had a Metal Gear gacha. Basically how this works is that you buy tickets. Each ticket is 700 yen. It's not a cheap gacha. Each ticket is 700 yen, and then you get a grade of prices. So A, B, C, D, E, F, and if you get those prices, then if you get like a particular grade, then you can pick any prize from that grade. So if you get A, you get the snake tissue box. This is a tissue box, so you can put your tissues in there, and snake's gonna be under your box. If you get C, I think you get these thingies that play the sound for these particular emotes. If you get G, then you get like acrylic stand stuff here. So that's kind of how it works. I didn't do any of them, but I thought it was an interesting system. And this is my best, what do you call this? This is my best crane game prize. Let me show you here really quick because I have it here in person. This I got from a crane game in one try, which is amazing. And listen, oh wait, let me turn off the background music really quick so you can hear it in its full glory. I love this thing. I love this thing. It's amazing. Let me see. What else was there? I think that's all the pictures I took from that place, but that was a really great store to go to. They're like actual passable like a keyboard. It's because there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. Let me see if I can get it on camera. Here we go. If the camera can actually capture it well. There we go. This is probably the best angle for it. Can you see the blue under the keycaps? These are blue keycaps. That's why they're so clicky. So these are actual blue. What do you call these under here? I don't do keyboard. I don't do mechanical keyboard hot swapping stuff. I do have a mechanical keyboard. I think mine might be a brown, like a brown buttons or whatever, and these are blue, so that they're the super clicky ones. And they have like cat faces here. So these are the real things, which is amazing. But yeah, let me just show you. We have some other stuff I want to try on stream before we get to the thumbnail stuff. I want to try the Kumamon salty snack, and I also want to try this umbrella tablet candy, because I just think that's crazy that they made a umbrella candy, but I'm not surprised either. First things first, Kumamon, spicy. I don't really know what this is. I don't think it's potatoes. I think it's seaweed. It might be seaweed. So Mr. Garlic says, oh yeah, it's garlic. And it's also very hot, says Mr. Red Hot. And Kumamon says it's probably spicy. And I might believe them because I had a couple of spicy foods in this trip. And it's varying levels of, holy crap, it's actually painful and there's no balance to this. I think lately Japan has been experimenting with their spicy food, and they still need to strike a balance of when is it actually too hot and when is it actually a good balance between spicy and everything else. Hey Salty, welcome! How's it going? We're gonna be trying some spicy snacks here really quick before we try the umbrella tablet candy, before we do all the thumbnail stuff that you might have been wondering, where the heck is it? And I'm gonna need to find a clip for this because, yeah, everything hurts. I'm sorry about that. Smells pretty good. It doesn't smell like brutally spicy. It smells like a nice mix of salty and a little bit of sour, which is appreciated. And I think this is supposed to be seaweed, tempura seaweed, and it looks very, very crunchy. Let me see. Did that go through? Let's try it without the background music. It's pretty tasty. It's not too spicy. Oh, this one's a smaller one. That is tasty. Not spicy, really, just enough to be flavorful. It's mostly a little bit sour, actually. Sourness coming from the garlic, interesting. It's pretty good. Holy crap, I couldn't get addicted to this. Kumamon, you did something right. Holy crap. Holy crap. I'm gonna save that for later because that's too addicting. Alright. Okay. Umbrella tablet candy. How did this go? So we got a seal. Remember, this tablet candy is supposedly made out of equal parts green herb, red herb, and blue herb. No yellow herb whatsoever. Because we can only mix 3 herbs, apparently. I don't remember ever running into yellow herbs in Resident Evil 2. Or the first one. Did those exist? I don't know. It's been a while. I still have Resident Evil 0 to play, and haven't actually tried it. I kind of want to keep the box, but at the same time, I think this is supposed to prevent you from becoming a zombie. That's what these are for. But we have bottle with no labels whatsoever other than it says people's health is protected. I'm not sure if it's readable. There we go. This way. People's health is protected all around candy, but no other labels, which makes this very sus. If you were to like try to actually take it for something. Oh, we have a seal. It's a plug. Probably a good thing so that it doesn't get moisture in there. And then plastic for some reason. Okay, but a pill went out. Not sure what the plastic is for, but we'll keep it. I don't know how many pills are in here. They didn't really say. They just said 47 grams of pills, and I think, no, it doesn't say how many grams one pill is. So let's just take maybe two pills dose. Probably is not a bad, it's not a bad dose. All right. Ramune soda flavor. Okay, I mean, it's all right. Ramen is not my favorite flavor. I don't like soda flavor in general. Candy. Like, I feel like that shouldn't exist in candy. But that's what this is. And after you finish this, you can keep the bottle and put whatever else you want in. Put whatever else you want in here, be it actual medicine or whatnot. But the bottle's nice. It's just a regular bottle with a umbrella label sticker on it, but it's a pretty decent umbrella label sticker. Don't know if I want to keep the box though, but the box is like half the fun. But it's also ramen flavor, which I'm not a fan of. But anyway, but this was pretty good. This was pretty good. I like the kumamon seaweed snack. That's always good. Okay, let's get to the actual thumbnail stuff. We have this and this and these. The Lipton you didn't see on the thumbnail because it was covered, but this all came from that one shop with the Metal Gear gacha. And the only reason why I got this, even though this is also technically a gacha, I just wanted to taste what this is supposed to taste like. But you can also get like keychains, Lipton keychains from this, which is like right back here. And it's stuck. There we go. Miniature charm and gummy. I got blue archive cards. We're gonna do gacha today multiple times. Oh, this is kind of neat. What is this? So this is a keychain charm, and it looks like. Okay. So we have a little pouch here that basically shows you what kind of drink it is. And I think this is a strawberry tea drink. And this is what the strawberry tea drink is supposed to look like in the jar. Kind of neat. If you're a Lipton fan, you could definitely put this on your keychain or your bag and rock out the Lipton stuff. I should show you the other keychains after we do the gacha today. I got a bunch of keychain stuff, and some of them I used. I did use almost all of them at one point, but then it's like it got too much, so I reduced it. Stellasora is out. Yes, I have been playing Stellasora. I will probably not stream Stellasora because there's too much gacha on the channel, and I kind of want to just have something that I want to play on the side. But eventually maybe I'll stream like some raids or something. But story for Stellasora, I don't plan to do that. So far, there's not a whole lot to sink the teeth into anyway. So, but I do find the story mode interesting. Is that tea? It's tea. It's supposed to be tea. What is this, like a solid piece of acrylic in there? It's a solid piece of acrylic of what the tea color is supposed to be. Like, these are actual things. These are actual things. Okay, what does the gummy actually taste like? Does it taste like tea? FemMC, of course. Male MC in Stellosora seems... I mean, he's alright. But the Femme MC seems more bratty, and I kind of like that. It's funny when the MC is more popular than the rest of the cast so far. Okay. Oh, wow, that smells very tea. Very tea-like. Very Lipton. I'm not a fan of Lipton. Sorry, Lipton. No sponsorship deals. But I'm not a fan of Lipton. This smells very Lipton. And we have mostly... What do we have? We have... Is this orange? Is that, wait. You didn't see the obvious similarities between male MC and Araragi? I didn't think about it. No, I didn't. I mean, you can change anytime. That's not a problem. But I did like female MC more. Sorry. We got it looks like we got lemon Lipton, and we got... I don't know what Lipton flavor this is. Let me try lemon. Bland. Absolutely bland. Like there's a little bit of lemon flavor. It's a little bit of lemon flavor. Not great though. Because it's Lipton. I'm not sure what flavor this other one's supposed to be. Mini cha? Is it app? Oh wait, they tell you what flavors it is. I don't know. This is just tea. This is just regular tea. I figured this out. You see this? It looks like a teacup. So that's just regular tea. Tea flavored gummy. I mean, it's alright. Lemon tea gum. Oh, there's lemon tea gummy. I can't read, guys. I can't read. It's alright. It's not great, but I gotta finish that eventually. That's alright. This, though, I'm not gonna open this. Wait, can I open it? Let me see. Do I have a thing that I can put it in? I bought a new notebook in Japan because I knew the one I had was going to run out of pages of all the stamps I was going to put into it. But I bought a new notebook, and while it does have a cover that I bought to go along with it, I didn't realize they were selling this at the YoStar store. The Koharu R18 book cover, and it's supposed to fit A6 size, and there's an A6 book, but it looks a little bit bigger than that. But yes, Koharu. Let me give this. Let me see if it'll fit with the cover already in here, because I don't want to have to take it off. Great time to buy this considering the new JP event. Oh, the Dojin selling event. Yeah, I don't know anything past that. I just know it exists. Ah, crap, it's sealed. Fine. Fine. Let me see. How do I open this carefully without screwing this up? Wait, you cannot open it from here. Then why is it... Oh, wait, no, it is. Hold up. Of course they seal it well. No, I saw it. I've been keeping up with all the gacha news. I've been keeping up with all the gacha news. But look, Koharu's here. And I guess the back is only you. Wait, what is this? Book card. Book card? No, book cover. I'm sorry. I cannot read. It says book cover. Only for you, though. This is gonna be super awkward though if I pull this out and like in public and it has this R18. Ooh, it's pretty nice. I think this is pleather. It feels very pleathery. Problem with this is that this is the front of the book. Meanwhile, the front cover is in the back here. It does look nice. It does feel nice. I wonder if I can put this in with this cover already. Oh yeah, you can. So I can put that in there. And then this one goes in here. So now I have double book cover, double protection. That actually feels pretty nice. And now I have a book. But I can only, if I open it this way though, this is like the back, but this is like the front. But this is the back and this is the front. So I don't know how I'm going to make this work in my mind. So that's gonna be, maybe I just put this back in the box. I don't really want to use this because it just gets worn out. Maybe I find another way to use this, because this ain't gonna last long. It's not gonna last too long. This was expensive too. This like 2,500 yen. Like holy crap. Holy crap, 2,500 yen. But kind of worth it if you just want to collect it. I can see why people do the buy 3 thing, 1 to keep, one to use, and 1 as a backup. But that gets expensive, so we don't do that. Did we close the gap already in Blue Archive? God dang it. God dang it. Alright, well, I'm probably going to... I'm going to put this away. I'm going to put this away so I don't wear this out. Yeah. So the Koharu book cover, if I find a proper use for this, I will. But also I need to find a notebook that actually starts over here at the end and not over here at the back. Because that's, that gets confusing. We skipped the Hyakuyaku limited banners. Isn't the Hyakuyaku, what do you call this? The swimsuit. Are you talking about the swimsuit ones? Because that's running right now. Unless you're talking about the actual Hyakuyaku limited banners that probably ran concurrently, not the new ones. Okay. Speaking of which, we will go back to Blue Archive stuff eventually. Just give me a little bit of time for that. Because there's other things I need to do. And other things that I need to like catch up on. How do I pack you back in there without totally ruining this? Oh, the swimsuits are not limited, really? That's interesting. Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't think I saw unique on them, so that's nice. So I could potentially roll them in the next banner then, during the Trinity Fest banner. Here's the problem with these. You open them and then you can't pack them as well as you used to. Why is that? How do they do it the first time around? How do they do it the first time around? Okay. I swear it wasn't like this when I took it out. It didn't look this crunkly. Okay. Alright. There we go. that's gonna go in storage for now until I can figure that out. Before we do gacha, I do want to open this. I'm not sure if you've seen this advertised anywhere, but basically, this is a this is a power bank, a mobile battery, and this has 10,000 milliamps of power in here. So basically, this is a sort of light as a mobile battery. It has four. It has 4 Type-C connections apparently. I did not know that. There was no physical sample of this in the store, and this was hella expensive for a mobile battery. Would anyone like to guess how much this thing cost? Because it was not cheap. It was not cheap. But yeah, the box is nice though. Box is nice, packaging is nice. And from what I saw in the previews online, it looks pretty good. 5,000? I wish. I wish it was just 5,000 yen. Nah, it was about 16,000 yen. So about $100 for this thing. So yeah, I think the original price might have been around 9,000 yen, but since these are like the last ones, because this is technically not sold anymore in the store, but in the online shop. So when I went to the Yostar store in Akiba, there might have been like 3 or 4 boxes of these, and they're like 16,000 yen. It's like, that's kind of expensive. But I went for it because I knew I wasn't probably gonna see it ever again, and I kind of wanted it. So here we go. I don't know if I'm gonna use this regularly, but that's gonna depend on how this is. All right, unboxing. Ooh, we have like a magnetic. We have like a magnetic flap here at the front. That was nice. Inside of the box, sorry, gotcha cards. We're gonna put you aside. We have a very nice hard cardboard cover. We also have this little manual pamphlet thing that tells you everything that comes in it. You get the Sword of Light, you get a USB, you get a C2C cable, and you get the manual. And then it points out all the features where the C2C cables go. Apparently you can do a C2C cable in the front of the barrel. And light indicators. There should be another C2C area. Is it just 2 C2C ports? I think there's just 2 C2C ports. Okay, well, anyway. This is where the cable is, courtesy of the Game Dev Club. I'm not sure if this is very visible. Here we go. See, the Game Dev department gives you a C2C cable. Is it branded? Let me see. Let's see. Branded it is not, but holy crap, look at the braiding on this one. That's some pretty good braids on a C2C cable. Now you can probably use any other cable, but this is probably a decent quality C2C. And we have a rubber band here to keep it all together. But sadly, they don't have any branding on the caps here. Missed opportunity to put a Game Dev Club logo on there. Let's see. Maybe I can still use this for now. We'll put that there. We have foam, heck ton of foam. And we also have this, the actual thing. How do I get, there we go. Holy crap, you're a lot bigger than I thought. Guys. There's nothing else under here, but that is a lot of foam. There's still more foam down here, and then this foam. that I'm putting my hand through is thick. Super thick. Umbrella candy box for scale. It goes all the way in there. That is deep. This is gigantic. I don't know if I can pack this in the luggage or any bag to use regularly. This is gigantic. Holy crap. This is a power bank? Outside of being a oh wow. So this is like high quality plastic I'm feeling right now. High quality toy plastic, but still pretty good. Here are the USB ports. What does this do? Is it the power button? Oh, it's the power button. Look at that. We have a charge. It shows you how much charge is in here, and so like 100. It's 100%. So ideally, I can use this to charge something. Let me see if I can charge my phone. Where's my phone? Where is my phone? Where'd my phone go? %. Okay. We're gonna try just a little bit. Okay, connecting the cable. And I think we connected to the front. Wait, that's not the front. Oh, this is the back. Oh, this is the front and this is the back. That makes sense. And we are charging. Except I don't think you can see it. Anyway. We are charging. So it works. I do wonder if the charge goes down. Like the number here goes down as you use it up more. And I wonder if they did fully charge this when they shipped it out. Because that would be hilarious. It is a power bank. It is a power bank. It is a power bank, but also a very, very fancy display item, because there's it does other things than besides be a power bank. So here we have the sort of light. This is the back apparently. The back, the charge, and then we have I guess the Yuzu logo down here. Here's what the bottom looks like. Here's what the top looks like. We got the Millennium logo here. We got the Millennium logo with text here. But also, okay, this is the handle, I think. One of the handles. One of the cylinders. None of those rotate. I don't think it would rotate in general. This up here. I know you can do this. Oh, only the bottom goes down? Oh, it's not. It's only the bottom. That's a pretty good sound. Wait, what did the thing say before I break this? Okay. So is it just the bottom that pops out? Supposedly the bottom pops out. But how open can it pop out? I think that's as open as it goes. And if you press the button, this lights up. And let me see. Let me turn off the lights. Where's the switch? Where's the switch? Ah, no. Where is the switch? There we go. Let's turn off the power. How bright is this? Okay, not bright enough to use as a flashlight. But it does light up. So it's a power bank first and foremost. But it's kind of cool that it still does this much. Yeah, it lights up in the front, but it's not bright enough to be a flashlight, sadly. There are other power banks that do light up. But at least you can use them as a flashlight. You can't do that with this. So it's a very fancy power bank. That's very bulky. So practically speaking, I don't know if you'd use, like, bring this outside. Not that you would probably want to anyway. Where's the switch on this other one? Yeah, I don't know if you would actually want to use this outside, but it's still pretty cool. It's still pretty cool. I do feel it's a little bit overpriced, but with inflation and all, it's probably okay. Maybe it's not okay, but, you know, it would just be like sitting like this, like that, and once in a while you press it, check the levels, and charge it. Maybe you put this on the desk or something, and if you need to charge something, it would do that. What's the rating on this anyway? The power rating on this is 2.5 volts. 2.5 volts for type C2 and 1.5 volts for type C1. So one of these is stronger than the other? Really? Is that how it works? Oh, no. Am I supposed to look at the amps? 2.52 amps. Probably about 2.52 amps. I mean, I think it's about average. It's definitely on the low end because you can get like 19 amps or something these days, but that's like a charger and not like a power bank. But still pretty cool. Still pretty cool. It's not bad. Just expensive. Just a little bit expensive. Oh, wait. Hold up. Can I do one more thing? I'm pretty sure it has like one more stage. Oh, there we go. Let's do that. Pop. Pop. And does this pop also? Oh, there we go. Pop. Is that just the top one? No, the bottom one should pop too. There we go. That also pops right there. Now it's full. Now it's fully deployed. Now that's fully deployed. That's what it's supposed to look like. That's pretty cool. Okay, so and then when you want to put it back together, so how do I pop this? Ah, okay, so it pops like this, and it pops. Where do I pull this without breaking it? I feel like this bottom part is gonna break if I'm not careful. This one's fine. It does feel a little bit cheap how this holds together. So not a fan of that. If you do somehow find this and you think you want to get it, think twice. Think twice, think hard, because it is kind of expensive. Yeah, I think this bottom part's a little bit stuck, so that's why it's a little hard to pop out. But yeah, fully deployed. There we go. There we go. It'd be nice though if this had a few more moving parts, but I'll take what I can get. It's not bad. Okay. All right, back in the box you go, because I don't know any practical use right now. But I'm surprised this passed the security checks, considering this was actually fully charged and not like empty. I was expecting to have to like charge this during the stream, but no, it's actually fully charged. Get back down there. Oh wait, is it this way? Isn't it? It's this way. One of these days I will have a display case and I can actually properly display this. I do not have that. Nor would I want that right now because I want to move from this place and I can't do that yet. All right. I feel like that was supposed to be at the very end, but we got a few more things here. Gotcha time. Wafer gotcha. I got 5 of these. I considered getting like a 10 roll, but I think a 10 roll would have cost me 1,650 yen. So each one of this is 1,065 yen. I think they're all vanilla flavored wafers, so they should be edible. And these are the characters that we can get in the gacha. I'm just going to put that to the camera as a reference for now, but let me see if I can read it. We can get Shiroko Terror, we can get Iroha, we can get Satsuki, we can get Fuka, we can get Utaha, Kotori. Kotori? Was there a Kotori? Is there a Kotori? There is a Kotori, never mind. Maki, Kotama, Amy, Megu, Mina, Reisha, Reisho. It's not Reisa, is it? Cannot tell. If anyone can read this, please let me know. This one down here, it's a little bit... Sometimes katakana throws me off. Makoto, Ibuki, Chiaki, who the heck is this? Who the heck is this one? We also have... Oh, jeez. Hibiki. Hare. Himari. Kasumi. Kisaki. Wakamo, and there's a few other ones I can't quite read, but we'll just see who we get. That's the important part. I got this because I could possibly get Iroha, so good enough. All right, what do we have here? First, oh dang! Kisaki right away. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And what do we have here also? Blue Archive. And they have the QR code for the game, which is funny. QR code. And the wafers. It smells pretty good. It's alright. It's alright. Pretty decent wafers, actually. It's not tasteless. A little bit on the sweet side. Okay. Now we got Kisaki right here. Let me put the cards we pulled down here. What else do we have? For the JP server, yeah, if you probably won't have access to it, I won't have access to it. Not that it matters. Oh, dang. We're getting gold right now. Shiroko Terror. Oh, there's a side B to this. So we have this one, and then we have their live 2D, well, not live 2D, memorial lobby at the back. So for Kisaki, we have this. I was always curious about these things, and now that I've done them, I feel like I don't want to do another one again. Alright. There's going to be a lot of wafers. Good thing I didn't get a 10 pack. That would be too much. Alright. Oh, wow! One gold after another. We also have Aris. But this is the CG and not the character card. This is a CG of Aris from Volume F. And then more Volume F stuff at the back. Sword of Light. So we put that there. And the wafer stack goes higher. Let's put the wafers over here so you can see them. The wafer stacks higher. And these go over here to the trash bin. Alright. Are we gonna get dupes? I'm ready for the dupes. Are we gonna get dupes? Ah, it's a dupe! We actually got a dupe. Okay, wafer goes here. But we got another Aris dupe. It happened. I jinxed myself. And that last one. Oh, this one's different. Oh, not what I was thinking. We got Junko. We got Junko. So we have Aris dupes, Kisaki, and Shiroko Terror, and Junko. No Iroha! Gosh darn it. I feel like if I got the 10 roll, it probably would not have ended well. I just kind of wanted to try this just to try it, because I never tried one of these things before. And since we did get a dupe here, I want to see what the cards are like. Open the dupe. Maybe I put the dupe in the wallet. And this is gonna be my like business card. Hello, this is me. It's very reflective. It's very reflective. The back is also fairly reflective. Pretty nice. Oh, Jewelry is sorry. Junko was someone else. Yeah, we got Jewelry. That's what it was. It's not bad. It's not bad. Alright, and then I have a stack of wafers to go through eventually. Not tonight. That's too much. That's too much sugar. That's too much sugar. Okay. Well, there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys. Hold up, I'm still grabbing them. There we go. So I did a bunch of crane games and gacha while I was over there, and there's gonna be a mix of crane game and gacha stuff. Some of them you can find in gacha. Some of them you can only find in crane games. But let's start with this one. Just some random stuff. We got a claw. Apparently, you can get a claw from the Crane Game stuff. It's a very cheap claw. Mahjong that apparently says sold out or something. I don't know. I forgot the translation. At the Kyoto and Tokyo horse race courses, they actually do have little gacha machines of the actual horses. But when I went, they didn't have different ones for the different race courses. I think they were running the same gachas everywhere. But we have this racehorse over here. I do not know what they're called. I cannot read that, but this is from the G1 in 2024 last year. Yeah, the horse dispenser. I need a way to sort this out. Got a little fake camera. Apparently, if I take this out, this will like do shutter sounds. Let me see. It's like a little toy camera. Doesn't actually take pictures though. It just does that. And now I can't put that thing back in to stop it. Can I? Once I pull it out, it's out forever. Wait, where did the pull tab go? Can I put you back? No, I can't because the battery has now been engaged. Now it's gonna be annoying forever. Okay, hold up. There wasn't really a blue arc, not blue arc. Okay, well they had some Uma Musume gacha. This was one of them. I don't remember if I took a picture of all the possibilities, nor do I remember where I got this from. There were a lot of gacha machines from different places. Not all of them had the same things. I think only one or two places out of all the many I went to, there was Uma Musume stuff. Chotomate what? What happened? Anyway. Yeah, we got Mejiro Dober. Blue Archive JP channel streaming? Gosh darn it, are we gonna have to do like a watch along after this? KR? What? Are we gonna have to do a watch along after this? I'm gonna... Let me see, what are they up to? What are they up to? YouTubes. What are we doing? Is this gonna show? It is not. Okay. Oh, it looks like they're streaming the Fourth Fest. So this looks like a concert. Okay, I'm not expecting any game announcements or anything from this. Yeah, it's a concert. We're not gonna look at that. Rip. If anyone's in Korea, that would be nice. Anyway, what else do we have here? Oh yeah, there was only one Blue Archive gacha, like gacha machine, and this is what came out of it. Actually, I think that one I know. I think that one I know where that came from. Let's see, that was Okayama. And that was near the train station. But what did I use to take a picture of the place? Oh, the proper 4th anniversary stream is tomorrow. That'll be interesting. Hopefully they'll announce something, but everything goes through JP first. So I'm not expecting anything like groundbreaking from Korea, sadly. Where is it? is the gotcha? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Let me put that on screen. Volume 3 KR dubbing, that'll be kind of nice. So here was the Blue Archive gotcha that that I found. I think I saw this gotcha machine twice in the entire trip out of all the different gotcha machines, and I got Shun. I was hoping for anyone else except for Shun and Izuna, and I guess. I guess personally I was hoping for either Aru, Shiroko, or Aris, but I got Shun. I got Shun of all people, so a little bit like sad about that. The thing about the gotchas though is like I only roll once because I know if I try to roll more than once, it's gonna bite me in the back. So I only tried one time. This Urara though I did not get from the gotcha. She was actually found in a discount bin in Kagoshima. Kind of sad that she was found in a discount bin, but she was like I think 100 either 180 yen or 300 yen. That's how much they were selling her from the discount bin. From the same place though. There were other keychains. I think I saw one of Nice Nature and older gotcha prizes of the same sort, but I only decided to get one from there. I also got a Fukukitaru clear file that I was using for only 100 yen, which was super cheap. Let me see if I can find it. I have it in my thing here. Where did I put that thing? Ah, crap. I think it was here. Ah, here we go. So this one I'm going to be using whenever I like travel and stuff. But there were like a couple of these. But this is like a tiny little clear file. And this was like 100 yen in the bargain bin. And this is really, really nice. If you ever travel anywhere, Japan or whatnot, always have some sort of folder to keep your receipts, pamphlets, and stuff, so that at the end of the trip you can sort through them. And for pamphlets, you can keep them, put them in an album or something. That's what I usually do with mine. This was mainly kept like small tickets and receipts. So this was pretty nice. And this was only 100 yen. So go to a go to like Animate or something. They might have a bargain bin of random stuff, and you might find some gems in there. This Urara was one. This was another. They have a lot of clear files in the bargain, not the bargain bins, but yeah, bargain bins. But yeah, just stuff that people no longer want for one reason or another. But some of them are pretty useful, like this one. Put that back. Let's see. I forgot I hadn't asked me anything up. Alright, no. Nothing new there. Let's see, what else do we have? They're all kind of jumbled up in here. There was plenty of Hololive gotchas, and this was one of them. Got Lammy. I think this one you can like hook onto like umbrellas and other stuff. Most of the time you can't really hook them up into umbrella handles. We got another horse. This is Soda. Soda. Soda Zarin. What? I cannot read this. Can anyone read this? I cannot read that. Katakana is weird, guys. And all the horses more or less look the same to me. This was pretty cool though. Battle Cats. The Battle Cats gotcha. And it just kind of shakes all over the place. It's pretty cool. Anything else from here? Not from this one. So that's one of them. And then here were the bigger ones. Gold Ship did not come from the gotcha, by the way. Here's actual Gold Ship. I didn't realize Gold Ship had this mask on. I thought Gold Ship was usually unmasked. But Gold Ship came directly from the Turfy store, which is the JRA, the JRA merchandise shop. So yeah, I think Gold Ship is available in all the race courses right now. And then some of the older horses probably are not there. Some of the newer ones are though, but some of the more legendary horses are probably going to be turned into merch and stuff. But this is, I don't know if there's actual Gold Ship here. But you could tell me this is actual Gold Ship here and I would believe you. Though I don't know how much here that would actually take. It's probably not. It'd be wild if it was though. Yuka came from a crane game, and I spent way too much on that crane game to remember how much it took. But it was basically Yuka, Yuka, Noah, Rio, and Koyuki. I think there were only like 3 at a time in the crane game, 2 or 3 at a time, depending on the place. And I only saw 2 places that actually did the Blue Archive plushie, this one. So it wasn't very easy to find. And then we have, apparently this is Satono Diamond. This one, I think I'm pretty sure I got this in Osaka in the round 1 over there. But that was also another crane game. Yeah. And then you may or may not have seen Flair earlier. She was also rescued from a crane game. That was pretty nice. But the biggest prize, the biggest crane game prize was this thing. Holy crap, it doesn't even fit on screen. It is the GDD pillow. And technically it wasn't really a crane game. It was a, let me see if I have it. It is massive. It was a little difficult to fit in the luggage, but thankfully you can get one of those vacuum sealing things, the vacuum sealing bags, and stuff it in there like that. Where was it? Was it Kumamoto? I think it was Kumamoto. Definitely it was Kumamoto, because Kumamoto was the other place I drove at, and I had to pay a 20,000 yen fine for getting a scratch on the car. So, lesson, if you ever drive in Japan, always get the maximum insurance. That way, if anything happens to the car, other than getting totaled, you don't have to pay for it. One tiny little scratch, 20,000 yen. Not fun. Don't be like me. Don't be stupid. Pay for the full insurance. It doesn't cost much more. Where is the thing? Donuts. It was also during Donut Day. I think I ate donuts that one time to make myself feel better. Here we go. It's one of these. So this is it's not a crane game. So there's different type of crane games. There's the traditional crane game. And then there's this thing. So you see these little strings over here? These strings, there's a little thing that you control over here in the back that has like a razor. And you have to get the razor just right on the string to cut it if you don't get it just right, the string won't cut. And I got this in 3 tries. This is basically pure skill. If you don't get it, then it's a skill issue, basically. And they just randomly had this pillow hanging there. It's like, you know what? Because I'm so upset today and I need to make myself feel better, I'm gonna go do this. And I did it in 3. And I'm proud of myself for getting good at crane games during the trip. I got many crane game prizes because of that. Let's see. Let me show you basically almost all the crane game prizes. I think I may have misplaced one of them in the pictures, and let's see, all the crane game prizes in one picture. This! But we will not show why. There we go. This! So these were all crane game prizes right there. Anyway, trip was fun. Trip was well needed. Trip was something I've been wanting to do, like go on an extended 2 to 3 month I guess vacation. Doesn't really it doesn't really feel like a vacation. It was literally an adventure. Like there were places I wanted to go to, but there were also places I didn't know about, and I just like looked at Google Maps to figure out. Oh, hey, I kind of want to try checking this area out today and see what I can find there. That kind of thing. That's basically how most of them went. But other than just like regular tourist spots, it's like exploring little restaurants and like other hiking locations. I usually hiked quite a bit, or at least went to a place that might be somewhat interesting. There was one restaurant that I found in Nagasaki that if you guys ever find yourselves in Nagasaki for whatever reason, find this place. Find this place. It is like the best restaurant I have ever been to. And it has like the most personality out of all the places I've been in Japan, even up to the end of it. Let me see if I can find the pictures. Forgot if I used the camera or the phone for this one. May have used the phone. Pretty sure also it was Nagasaki. May have used the phone. Let me see. Here. Nagasaki. Nagasaki's a little hard to get to though. That's the only problem. Because you have to like take multiple trains. If you're starting from Tokyo, probably the easiest way to do to get there is take a plane to Nagasaki. But if you're taking trains, my suggestion is check the route ahead of time. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very difficult. But there's this restaurant in the shopping district that I was near at called Vinland. And if you've seen Vinland Saga, heard of Vinland Saga, that might seem very familiar. And basically it's basically a meat restaurant. They serve a lot of steak proportion stuff. It's not like steak, just steak on a plate. It's basically steak with rice, steak with curry, steak with other stuff, and it's usually cut up already. And the prices are probably pretty expensive compared to anything else you might find in other restaurants, but holy crap, is it freaking worth it? It is freaking worth it. the decor inside is also amazing. This guy has like a whole collection of Godzilla figures and Golden Kamuy figures, JoJo. Norman Reedus is here for some reason. This is basically everything manly. It's in this shop. All the manly figures, all the manly proportions, gigantic. Steak, steak, more steak. Toroku rice. I got the Toroku rice attack. So that's basically Attack on Titan Turkish rice. They also have hustle and muscle. Vinland original curries. I also got the. I went here twice. I got the. Was it the Spartacus? Might have been the Spartacus curry the other time. But it's gigantic meat. This is also another part of it. This guy has a pretty nice collection of bomber jackets and military jackets. This is the guy that actually runs the shop. He has posters of himself. He has posters of himself. Movie poster type stuff. All around. TV playing stuff. Got One Punch Man. We got Spider-Man. We got wrestling figures. We got Deadpool even back here. What else is in this shop? Menu. This is the Attack on curry rice. Attack on Turkish rice. So this is what's this place called? Gunkanjima, the battleship island looking thing. This is a famous landmark outside of Nagasaki. You can take a boat to there, but you can't explore it because the place is literally falling apart. And if you try to explore it, you might get hurt or even die. But the guy was. I should have asked for the picture of the guy, but it's got all this weights here too, and a whole collection of DVDs and manga, mostly very manly stuff. Let's see what else we have here. Lots of figures. Figures everywhere. The place. Oh, no, I didn't ask him about the guns. I should have asked him about the guns. Are these real guns or are they not real guns? But they also seems like they were chambered with real bullets. I didn't know you could get real guns in Japan. So I didn't know how to approach that subject. But he had these just lying around. It may not be real, but it looked real enough to me, and I thought that was interesting. Looks too shiny in a plastic way. Okay. But yeah, there's a bunch of you can kind of get an idea of this place. Look up Vinland in Nagasaki on Google Maps. You'll definitely find some interesting stuff here. This is one of his jackets. He said he got the patches off Amazon. I asked him about that one. Once he noticed the jacket I was wearing, that was basically a like a military type jacket. We got talking to jackets a little bit, so that was pretty interesting. Musket. We got some JoJo happening. Bunch of JoJo's happening. Gosh, this guy is like chock full of stuff. By the way, you cannot get a signal down there. The restaurant is like in the basement, and I could not get a single signal. Got a bunch of aliens and Predator here. Quick video scanning throughout the entire place. He said it was okay to do this. And before I got there, apparently he was being interviewed by a Canadian TV show. Not sure how they knew about this place. Not sure how they found out about this place. But oh wait, did that even show up? But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. No, they didn't show up. We got more JoJo's here, except it's not showing up on screen. Yeah, JoJo's in potted plants for some reason. That's alright. That's alright. The actual meal was pretty gigantic, though. Worth. The meat, done just enough. It still had that chew that I would expect from beef. It's not Wagyu, by the way. It's Australian beef. Yeah, he said it was Australian beef that he uses for the meals. But basically, Turkish rice is rice, pasta, salad, and meat all in one plate, and it's just kind of piled on. But this was probably one of the best meals I've had in Japan. It's just a little expensive, but the size makes up for it. So yeah, it was pretty good though. It's pretty good. I enjoyed the chew on the food there. Let's see, was there anything else? Oh yeah, menu stuff. So I mean Vinland Saga, but apparently he was going for more a Viking thing. It just so happens Vinland Saga was also a thing, so it kind of worked out. I'm not sure what kind of pudding this was. Maybe just a regular tea pudding with some jam on it, but he always gives you a dessert at the end. And it's always some kind of pudding. But I also grabbed a specialty of the town, which is I think Nagasaki shaved ice. This is a little bit different from your regular shaved ice in that I think this is milk, like I think it's condensed or evaporated milk, probably evaporated milk and ice. So it's kind of like a bingsu, but not really. But it's like compacted shaved ice, uh, absolutely drenched with either evaporated milk or condensed milk, maybe a mix. I think there's egg here too. I'm not entirely sure, but it is a shaved ice, and it's not ice cream, but it's pretty good. Would recommend, highly recommend it. But yeah, it's in a basement, pretty far down. But yeah, look that up if you're ever in Nagasaki or plan to visit Nagasaki. Highly recommended. Highly recommended. Anyway, I don't know what else to go through. I wasn't sure how to talk about the entire trip, but let's just say overall, the trip was very good for my mental health. One and two, just nice exploring everywhere. I did talk to Japanese people and in broken Japanese whenever the chance came. And it worked out for the most part. There's some that can actually speak some English. There's some that spoke really fluent English, surprisingly. Um, but overall, it was nice to touch all that grass and actually realize, oh hey, the world is not, at least that part of the world isn't quite so. It makes you feel good. It makes you have hope in humanity in one way. And I definitely want to do that again. I definitely want to meet up with some of the people I met there again. They're mostly old people. Definitely mostly old people. So hopefully they last long enough so I can meet up again. But some of them I met like just randomly, and I don't know if I'll be able to like contact them again if I'm in town or anything. I would just have to go to the places where I went to and hope that they show up there. But if that chance of that happening is like, kind of like small. But it was still nice. They had learned a lot of lessons, a lot of insights. One lesson I will give you though is the car thing. Always get full insurance. Always get full insurance. It's cheap enough to do that. Anyway, If you guys have any particular questions you want to ask me before we end today, uh, go ahead and do that, or leave a comment in after the stream is over. I do plan to go back to some of the things we did before. Certainly Blue Archive streams, certainly Limbus Company streams. I don't know if I'm gonna do UMA streams again. I'm kind of feeling I'm like going in and out of UMA, but it's still sometimes fun to do. I did say I would like to do. No, I did say I wouldn't do Stellasaurus streams. However, I might do like a raid or two sometimes, but maybe not the story. There's not a whole lot to go there, to go on there yet anyway. Though I did go through the story for completion reasons. And so far it's pretty interesting, but nothing really for me to sink into. But if there's anything huge story-wise, then we might revisit that. What I will be doing other than the usual streams is I'll probably be doing a lot more indie game stuff, go back to my backlog, and also make a few more videos. Not the kinds of videos that I posted. Those were like mostly just long form visual novel videos for like when I was gone. Though when the next part for Andy and Laylee come out, that might be a stream. Maybe, we'll see. But I do want to do a few more videos on the channel. Maybe like some game reviews or something like that. That's kind of what I have in mind. We'll see. But I do have a few streams already lined up for the next week. So keep an eye on that. I'm not going to post all of them at once because things could change time-wise. Even though I don't really have a job anymore. I still have other things I want to get done off stream. Projects I want to start, so there's that too. But yeah. I am probably going to stream tomorrow. Not sure what time yet, but just keep an eye out. I'll try to post that maybe 6 hours ahead of time. Were there a lot of foreigners? Of course, it's still Japan. And if you're in Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, there will be a ton of foreigners. However, I do not like staying in any of those cities. What I do enjoy, though, is going outside of the main tourist hubs, and even outside the tourist hubs, you will still find foreigners. In Kyushu, in Shikoku, a lot less foreigners in those areas. What I have noticed, though, is in the more, well, outside of Tokyo, in the not hot spots, I did tend to see more Korean foreigners, as well as some other types of Westerners. Not a whole lot of other types of Westerners, but mostly Korean for some reason. There were definitely still Chinese tourists, and not all from mainland China. Some of them also came from Taiwan. But Chinese tourists in general tend to go outside of Japan. I think in Nagasaki it was half and half Chinese and Korean. In Matsuyama, Okayama, around Shikoku and that part of Chugoku, it was mostly Korean, somehow, for some reason. I'm not sure why. In Kagoshima and Kumamoto, I want to say mostly Korean and Chinese, but not a whole lot of them. Definitely anything compared to Tokyo or the main tourist spots, you're not going to see as much. So it's not going to be as packed as people wise. And it was nice. It was nice not being like, what do you call it? Packed in with a bunch of people in a train or a bus. Sure, there's still rush hour and you still have to like be mindful of that because while not everyone's taking their gigantic luggage, I did have to take my gigantic luggage on some public transportation because there was no other way. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let me see if I can find any particular pictures that I want to show while we're still here. But yeah, I think there's always been foreigners, tourists going to other places outside of the main ones. It's just that you don't really see as many of them. But when you do see them, you're reminded, oh, hey, yeah, they're still here. And I'm one of them. I went to a bunch of Japanese gardens. Some were better than others. I think the best one I went to was in Takayama. Yeah, Takayama. Okayama would like to say that their garden's pretty good. It's all right. It's all right. But definitely Takayama was had the better gardens and stuff like that. Driving wasn't particularly bad. Let me see. It did give me an opportunity to make road stops and go to other places that I wouldn't normally be able to. If you're in Kyushu or Shikoku, though, you kind of have to drive a little bit. Like if you're in Nagasaki or Kagoshima, I think it's okay not to drive. Nagasaki is well served by public transportation, and you can get to most places without driving. Kagoshima, same thing, but less frequent service to some places. Kumamoto, though, is so freaking spread out that you're not going to be able to get to most places without some level of driving. I did find it hard to go around without doing that after I had to turn the car in. But if you're in Kumamoto, though, if you do start driving, you can also take part in finding the One Piece statues. There are One Piece statues everywhere in Kumamoto Prefecture. And I got all of them except for Brook, because I forgot Brook existed. But they do exist. They do exist, and a lot of places are hard to get to without driving. You could probably get to it by some public transportation, but if you only have a limited amount of time, you need to drive. There is no other way to go about it other than to drive. Funny how the Mugiwara flag has become a symbol of rebellion. It kind of is. To begin with, it kind of is. So that's not surprising. It's just that it had a real life application after that. The Luffy and Chopper statues are the easiest ones to get to without public transportation. Everything else, though, was a little bit harder. I think the cool Jinbei. Here's Jinbei. Jinbei was by a, what do you call this? This seaside park. I don't know exactly the seaside park, but it was a pretty cool stop, though, because it's not just Jinbei here. Everyone else is here for various reasons. Like there were definitely people going after the One Piece statues, but the places that the statues are in, not all of them, but some of them are known for other things. There were definitely some parks that were questionable why this One Piece statue were there. Like there was a public park where Zoro was, Sanji was in a athletic field for some reason. Chopper being next to a zoo made sense, but the zoo looked kind of sad, so I don't know if that made any sense there. Jinbei, though, was next to the seaside park. Let me see if I can get this on here. That's not it. Can I show? There we go. Basically, a lot of people here were for the sunset, but also this set of poles, for some reason, apparently, when this is low tide, you can actually cross where the poles are to a certain location. I'm not exactly sure where it goes though. And the shop next to it, the shop next to it was pretty good. Statue of Real Life Vodka is absolute peak. I did see the vodka statue. That was pretty good. I think for me, when I was in Kumamoto, the One Piece statues were like a side quest. I didn't really think about doing them when I first got there. For me, the main quest for me was going around the Mount Aso region, which is home to this volcano that you can actually see into the crater. And I know this is mostly just smoke shots, and you can barely see what's down here. Let me see if I can find a clearer picture of this. It's difficult. Let's just say it's difficult to get a clear shot through the smoke. Let me see. Because this is one of the most interesting things I've seen. Media. How do I show media? No. We're not there. Here. Media. How do I show media? Media here. What volcano is this? This is the Mount Aso. Well, yeah, we'll just call it Mount Aso. I think that's the easiest way to go about this. Okay, well, okay, maybe I pull this out. Yeah, we pull this out and then we put this here. I did see two volcanoes. One was Sakurajima near Kagoshima, which did spew out ash while I was there, and then it did a bigger eruption after I left. This is the Nakadake crater in the Aso area, and this thing is basically spewing, I think, some kind of sulfur gas. Now, normally when I say sulfur and smelling sulfur, it's pretty good. That's from the hot springs, but this one is actually poisonous. So yeah, this one you don't really want to inhale, and if it gets too bad, they have people get off the mountain. This you can look at this from several angles to there's a bunch of viewing decks, and depending on what the condition of the volcano is, check it out for those viewing decks. But if you really, really want to get a very, very good look at the inside of it, then you could also hike on the mountain that's next to it. It's a 5-hour hike that takes you, I think, 1,500 meters. Pretty high. And if you're not good with heights, that could be scary. I did not do that hike because I was also oh crap, it's a little loud. I did not do that hike because it was what do you call this? High. Also it would take too long. It was also near the end of the day. Sun goes down at 5:30 at the time, and I had other places to go to, so did not really want to do that. For reference, not that you could really tell how high this thing was. This was where the other people that hiked went to. And you can maybe... No, there's no people here right now. Oh, no, there's a couple of people. there's a couple of people up here looking down into the into the volcano, but you can't really see how tall this thing is. The hiking trail, I did part of the hiking trail, which kind of starts off with these, with you in a volcanic ash desert, and then you kind of go up here. That part's easy. Let's see. Very rocky, very dusty. Pretty fun. And there's kind of what the desert area next to the volcano looks like. But there were also all these yellow paints that tells you this is where the trail is. And yellow paint in real life helps, especially if you're hiking through rocky terrain that has no obvious direction as far as where you're going to go and stuff. But I want to see if I can find the view that shows you how absolutely treacherous the hike would have been. And oh, maybe this one. Okay. Looking at this, you just see a bunch of rocks, right? But within this bunch of rocks are people going up and down. Now you don't see the path going towards it, but the path going towards it is if you lean over, you will die. But there is somehow a path up here that goes up the mountain. It doesn't look treacherous here, and it may not actually have been in real life, but when I was up against this thing in real life, it looked steep going up. Like you cannot see the slope here. The slope is very difficult when compared to the people who basically look like ants from far away. Like I think they're doing it. They're getting up there pretty easily. It might actually not be that bad, but when you're up against it, it's intimidating. Let me see if I can find another picture. Oh, okay. So here was the path. It doesn't look bad. It looks slopey, but for me that was pretty bad. But it's basically only wide enough for one person, and if you fall pretty darn far. There is no, it's very hard to see the scale here. Very hard to see the scale. And this is the top. This is the path. More people on the path. You see how small that is? I have to zoom in a lot. And then you have to go up these rocks. There's more people up here. Go up, up, up. And somehow make it all the way up here. More tiny people up here. And then eventually clamber your way all the way up here, and then you can start hiking at the top, going this way to where the volcano crater is. But put that all together, this is probably about 500 meters or so, this section. 500 meters high. The entire thing altogether is maybe 1,500. About. Yeah. But if you're ever in the Mount Aso region, grab yourself a car. Oh, well, if you're in Kumamoto, grab yourself a car, go to the Mount Aso region, drive up here. Don't take the public transportation, because if you do take the public transportation, you might miss the way back with how long it takes to explore this area. And see if you can hike this. It might be easy for you. It wasn't for me mentally. Maybe I'll try it again another time, but I was not prepared. I was not prepared. Mentally speaking, I was not prepared. Also, when I found out about this route, it was already kind of past noon, so I didn't want to do that. Yeah. I mean, going up is one thing, Coming down this is another. Coming down this. Look how small they are. Look how small the people are up here. Like, holy crap. These little specks are people. Right there. And this thing's so gigantic. Yeah. But that's probably one of the most fun places I've been to, though. One of the most fun ones. Dang. I'm probably going to be talking, like, about this as time goes on whenever the situation comes up. There's just so much that happened. So much that happened in 2 months. I basically was out every single day. Except for one day. I was out every single day. I guess one of the other places that looked kind of cool, though, was this ruins places. There was a one set of area that basically was a ruins, and it looks like a ruins in a video game. That's pretty cool. This is pretty cool. This is also pretty cool. Oh wait, no, that's just a close-up. This is pretty cool. Yeah. They have places like that. The nice thing about Japan is a lot of places that they expect people to go to, they make it somewhat easy to go to. Not always, but somewhat. Meanwhile, if you're anywhere else in the world, it's like as wild as can be, which is fine. Which is fine. At least in Kyushu, you don't have to worry about bears or other wild carnivores. If you're in Tohoku, which is a northern area, or maybe even, Tohoku or even Hokkaido, you will have to worry about bears. And there were some bear attacks in Tohoku while I was there. I didn't hike there though, but yeah, it's a thing. It happens. And people die because of it. So be careful. I don't think bear bells will help you. Bear spray might. Bear spray might. Just don't get yourself in a situation where bears exist. This is Sakurajima, the volcano right next to Kagoshima. You can reach this by a ferry, and people do that every single day. Back and forth, very frequent ferries. The island itself takes maybe 1 hour to drive around. You don't need a car. You can take public transportation. It's fine. You're not going to spend too much time on here. But this thing smokes all the time. I think I had 1 or 2 time lapses of the volcano in the channel and the shorts if you want to check that out. I still got to go through all of this and see if I can make a video out of it. Maybe if I do make videos, it's going to be in a different channel though, because that's just going to get mixed up with everything. There were also a lot of cats. Lots of stray cats from different places. I think the most stray cats I saw was near Nagasaki. Yeah, there's this one place called Unzen National Park, which is basically a collection of hot springs. I'm not talking about the hot springs you bathe in, but like actual hot springs from the ground. Hot springs. And there were a lot of cats, stray cats, that just live there for some reason. This one in particular, from very, very far away, saw me. Let me just show you really quick. This was the original picture. They were really far away. I could not reach them because there was like a barrier, a railing. But I zoomed in, and apparently they were watching me. The cat was watching me from very far away. But most of the other cats were kind of chill. They were just kind of doing their own thing. Like that. Just like that. And there were other cats too. Like this one. Nappy cat. More nappy cats. That's a rock. Apparently people are feeding the cats too. I guess that makes sense. But there's just so many strays around there. So many strays. And they're just kind of everywhere. Let's feel the geothermal power. Yep. That's basically what the place was about. It was pretty cool though. That's pretty cool. Anyway. I think that's gonna be it for now. I need to try to get back into my regular sleep schedule. I am still wide awake. I still struggling with jet lag, but I think I'm slowly getting back into it. What I am gonna miss though is having to walk everywhere now, because you can't really do that in the US because everything's so freaking far. But walking for 2 months straight did wonders for my muscles, and I gained muscle weight, I think, during the entire trip. And now I feel my body feels tighter. I don't know how else to say it. It feels tighter. And with me not being able to do that again, I have to like force myself to work out, and I hate working out. I hate working out, but I don't mind walking and hiking. But there's no place to walk and hike here, so that's a little bit of that's hard. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for now then. I think that's it for now. I do plan to stream again tomorrow. Probably around the same time that we started today. What it is, you'll just have to see when it gets closer to that. All right, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you later. And I'll probably yap about more Japan stuff as in between other things. So, goodbye for now. Thanks for dropping by. Nice to see you all again. And let's get back into the swing of things eventually. If you're doing Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was yesterday. So, anyway. Bye-bye. Where is my ending? Bye-bye.